Where do we want to go first? DAZN? Do we want to go Showtime?
DAZN.
And we can still swing them to Showtime. If we split this, but
I just wanted to say,
we'll go. So we'll go. We can go to DAZN. But first fight of note, there was also a DQ. Patrick Teixeira DQ'd early on for punches behind the head, which was just
Hey Carson,
wild.
what time was that fight? I could not find that fight.
That was the afternoon, so that was before it was on YouTube before it switched over to the main card. But yeah, caught him behind the head a couple times, and the guy said he was dizzy, couldn't go on. But
big setback for a former world champion.
Yeah, that's what I said. I told Shawn yesterday. I was like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. But Marlon Esparza won. Scorecards were wider than they should have been, but she gets the win. She still can't beat Sinisa Estrada, so hopefully that rematch doesn't happen. And they're in different weight classes now, but I'm like, they asked Sinisa Estrada, our friend of the show, Kate Abdo, was mentioned that, and Sinisa's kind of like, yeah, I'd be willing to go up. I was like, yeah, if you're Marlon Esparza, you're like, no, just stay down there.
No, I want to see that again. That was like one of the greatest women's fights I ever seen.
Wow. It's action packed. I just think Sinisa's, you talk about,
got her number.
Yeah, well, just elite talent. But yeah, she gets the win, and then
She's had a great career since that loss, though.
Marlon Esparza.
Yeah. She's done nothing but make that win look more and more solid for Estrada.
Yeah. Got back on track.
It's gotta feel good, right? Like when Ugas beat Pacquiao, weren't you like, I would.
I would have the same. I'm with Zittel, but our guy, truly a true friend of the show, our guy, Shane Mosley Jr.
Proud of my man.
Yeah.
Proud of that dude.
Was you nervous?
Hell yeah. Come on.
I knew
it's
it.
like watching you. I was at a Mexican restaurant going crazy, man. But yeah, proud of that guy. That was the biggest victory of his career, man. I just want to give him props because he earned it. A lot of people feel like he was given a lot because of the name. He went out there and earned it.
Yeah.
He pumped the cab all night. He made me nervous. I felt like he was going second half us like he did last fight. But Shane was locked in, man.
He was.
He knew everything he wanted was through Gabe Rosado, and he went and got it. And Gabe was a veteran, man. But Shane schooled his ass last night.
He did.
Schooled his ass.
Best performance of his career, I think, for Shane.
I would agree.
Performance and opposition. He didn't.
I thought he did some good things. I know a lot of people didn't see the Contender Series, but I thought he definitely did some good things in the Contender Series.
Yeah, and there were definitely times in the fight where Gabe, we talked about being a veteran. He's like a veteran.
Right.
And he wanted to try to counterpunch, so he was kind of hitting his gloves, saying, "Come on!" And Shane was like, "Nah, I ain't going for it. I'm not going for that trap." And stuck the jab out there. He was clearly the more athletic and had the better footwork of the two, so that was
just sharper.
Yeah, just everything. He just did everything better. And I don't want it to be something where afterwards everyone, oh man, Gabe Rosado, he needs to retire. He just knocked out Beck the Bully last year, and he lost to Munguia, but he didn't get handled by Munguia early. So give Shane his credit.
The interesting thing is, like I always say, we don't get very many fighters that can fight into their 40s and be really good in their 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Triple G, of course, Bernard. The flip side of that, we don't get very many guys that have the losses and the type of losses that Gabe has had and can survive beyond trying to get fights. But he gets these fights. Yeah. And I mean, he's been consistently exciting since he's coming to.
Other than the Dan Jacobs fight.
Other than
huge disclaimer, not that fight.
Right. But to my point, we don't often, once guys start to get knocked out or they start to get losses, they start to lose their passion and all that kind of, and they lose the opportunities. I'm just like wow, like he really is like a rare commodity in the sense that even though, with him having losses and things like that, he's able to manage his life and even his health and still produce.
And I had a similar thought when they're reading the records and it's like, whatever, 35-13. I was like, God dang, he's got some losses, but
we don't see that.
Yeah, because he's been in there with the best.
You're cooked after a loss or two now.
Yeah,
been
in there with the best.
But beyond,
it's like 26 and 14.
But beyond,
I want to give him more. I want to hype him up.
Beyond the losses, I mean, just like after so many losses, so many things that start to deteriorate and you lose hope and the list goes on. I'm like, Gabe still is like, I'm proud of this dude for being able to be who he is despite.
Yeah.
And we don't see that very often.
Absolutely.
Did any of you guys seen like I'm a retire in there afterwards? I feel like
No.
he's like,
No.
I'm going back to the gym and I'll be back.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I didn't get retirement vibes from anything he said.
So Shane Jr. started very late, as we all know, and he looked more comfortable last night than he ever.
I saw that too.
Right, more relaxed and like a veteran now. Like that experience is really kicked in, and it had to kick in a little later in age than it did for other guys because he started late.
Yeah.
But now that it was there, he looked like a contender. You know, he looked like a guy. If he can,
And he was on the contender.
and he was on. But
Okay.
yeah,
Bars.
but that's true. But but if he can, I know the fight was at 68.
Yep.
If he can withstand, keep everything he had at that 68 frame and get it down to 60, I'd like to see him fight Johnny Beck. You know, maybe for that vacant belt that Boo Boo just vacated. Yeah. But just because I loved his father too, he had a movement in the 4th round. He had this beautiful shift with his feet and his hands off an uppercut in the middle of the ring where he hurt Rosado for a moment. And that's something his father used to do. And his dad did that in the 1st round, same kind of movement against Oscar De La Hoya in their first fight. So but he boxed with his own style. There were flashes of his dad, of the talent he got from his dad, certain movements like the one I said. Yeah. But I really just saw a fighter who found himself. Yeah. As a pro, and great performance for him. Yeah,
if he can rock at 60, that would be huge. But I still think he can do some damage at 68. There's some dogs,
and there's big guys in that division. Yeah, and at 60, he'd be a big guy. He'd be the big guy at 160. Yeah,
Yeah, I hope it leads to more opportunities and not a force. And was that a jet ski or did you just pass gas? Are you touching over there?
Jet ski. Hey, relax,
okay.
bro.
I thought Ann was over there after the Mexican restaurant last night with letting some biscuits go. But yeah, and I don't want it to be something where Shane now gets this
Lobsters.
win.
Mexican restaurant.
Oh man, you talking Cheddar Bay biscuits, but I don't want Shane now to get this win and then there's like, oh, it's cool. Now we got to win. Now we can just throw him in the deep end with somebody like way, way, way at the top. I want to see that. I don't think that will happen, but no. Oh, got the win.
That is get out here. I'm trying to do a podcast.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, damn.
Hey, come on, man.
That bird got even closer.
Was that one of Carson's cousins?
Oh, the bird.
That's
excellent. Hey, it's better than the llama.
Like that.
We'll have to bring up the llama picture at some point. But I was the llama for a while too. But that's funny. Yeah,
Hey,
terrible.
Let's get back to
and it's never a good looking animal
It's just
either.
so bad.
So going forward from
back
there.
to the fight.
So main event.
Hold on, Carson. 1 second.
Oh man.
Oh,
That's a fat ugly bird if I've ever seen.
Producer got too much time on his hands.
100%. Yeah, we need to give him some more jobs to do there.
It's terrible, man.
Hey, I feel how I feel about it. What you say, Amp?
how did we get 95 draw? I don't want to.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, that was bad card.
Yeah, and I saw pretty much everyone say that was a bad card, which is good when you still get the win. It doesn't feel as good when you get the loss. Like, man, that was a bad card. You lost, but
right. What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG, Ant with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
All right. Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.